The country club's driveway sparkled with luxury cars, Bentleys, Ferraris, and Maseratis lined up like glossy soldiers. My sister Amanda's new Mercedes sat prominently near the entrance, its custom plates catching the evening sun. "You could have asked for a ride," Amanda smirked, adjusting her designer gown as we stood outside the annual Anderson Family Foundation Gala. "Better than taking the bus." Dad nodded in agreement, champagne glass already in hand. "Image matters in this circle, Catherine. Your sister understands that." I checked my phone discreetly, watching my company's stock continue its steady climb. Another billion added to the market cap since morning. "The bus stop is that way," Amanda gestured with her diamond-laden hand. "Though you might want to wait until after the gala. Those routes can be sketchy at night." My phone buzzed. "Board meeting confirmed. Fortune 500 CEOs awaiting your arrival." "Actually," I said quietly, "I have my own transportation arranged." Mom swept over in her couture gown, pearls gleaming. "Catherine, darling, you really should have let us help with a car service. The foundation gala is our biggest event." The Anderson Family Foundation, funding local charities with what amounted to my company's daily coffee budget. "I manage just fine," I replied, watching another notification flash. Anderson Technologies now valued at $75 billion. "Managing isn't thriving," Dad lectured. "Look at Amanda, youngest VP at her investment firm. That's success." My phone lit up again. "NASA partnership announcement ready. Press embargo lifts in 1 hour." "Speaking of investment," Amanda preened, "my firm just closed a huge tech deal. Some new software company." If she only knew her firm had been desperately trying to get a meeting with me for months. "That's nice," I said, hearing the distant whir of rotor blades. "Right on schedule." "Catherine," Mom sighed, "you could have such a wonderful career if you just..." The sound grew louder. Guests began looking skyward as the sleek black helicopter appeared over the tree line, my company's logo gleaming on its side. "What's happening?" Dad demanded, watching the helicopter descend toward the country club's lawn. My phone buzzed one final time. "Team in position. Make an entrance." The helicopter touched down gracefully, its blades stirring the evening air. My pilot emerged, crisp in his uniform. "Ms. Anderson," he called professionally, "your board meeting awaits. The Fortune 500 CEOs are already gathering." Dad's champagne glass slipped from his fingers, shattering on the pavement. "That's my ride," I said calmly, walking toward the helicopter. "You can start the gala without me. I have a company to run." Amanda's perfectly glossed mouth hung open. "What company?" The Evening News Alert answered for me. Anderson Technologies CEO Catherine Anderson set to announce revolutionary NASA partnership. That's impossible," Amanda stammered, her designer clutch dropping to the ground. "You work from that little home office." "Actually," I smiled as my security team emerged from the helicopter, "I run the largest tech company in the world. That little office is just where I take calls with the president." The country club's outdoor screens flickered to life with breaking news. Anderson Technologies becomes most valuable company globally. Catherine Anderson's net worth surpasses $50 billion. But your bus pass," Mom whispered, her pearls trembling against her neck. "Was cheaper than parking my fleet of cars." I nodded toward the helicopter. "Though this is my preferred commute option." Dad frantically grabbed a waiter's tablet, Googling Anderson Technologies. His face went pale as he saw my corporate headshot. Catherine Anderson, founder and revolutionizing global technology. "Ms. Anderson," my pilot called, "the Japanese Prime Minister is requesting to join the video call. And Elon Musk has moved up his meeting request." Amanda's perfectly manicured hand clutched her heart. "Elon. Tell him Thursday works better," I replied. After my UN speech but before the quantum computing announcement. The helicopter's presence had drawn every gala guest outside. They watched in stunned silence as my security detail established a perimeter. "Your investment firm's tech deal," I turned to Amanda, "was trying to get a meeting with me. I declined. We're acquiring their biggest competitor instead." Mom's champagne glass joined Dad's on the pavement. "Acquiring? Just a small purchase," I said, pulling up the holographic display from my phone. "About equal to the foundation's entire endowment." The country club screens updated. Anderson Technologies' latest acquisition reshapes tech landscape. Industry giants scramble to adapt. The foundation Gala, Dad said weakly, remembering his earlier condescension. Will have to proceed without me, I confirmed. I'm restructuring global technology markets tonight. My phone buzzed with another alert. Forbes cover story ready, the silent billionaire. How Catherine Anderson built an empire while taking the bus. Ms. Anderson, my assistant stepped from the helicopter. The board is waiting. And Time magazine needs to confirm the Person of the Year photo shoot. Amanda's VP nameplate suddenly seemed very small compared to the Anderson Technologies logo gleaming on my helicopter. Your sister's career choices. Dad had always lectured at family dinners. Show proper ambition. Now Amanda stood silent, watching tech's most powerful CEO adjust her simple blazer, which cost more than her Mercedes. Next time, I said, stepping toward the helicopter, maybe don't judge someone's success by their transportation choices. The helicopter's interior made Amanda's Mercedes look like a toy car. Quantum computers hummed along one wall, while holographic displays showed my empire's real-time operations across the globe. The Gala seems rather quaint now, my assistant remarked, watching the stunned crowd through the tinted windows. Ms. Anderson, my pilot called from the cockpit. We're patched through to the board. Tokyo, London, and Silicon Valley online. The faces of the world's most powerful tech leaders appeared on the cabin's screens. Behind me, through the helicopter's windows, I could see my family still frozen in disbelief on the country club lawn. Before we begin, I addressed the board. I've just acquired Quantum Dynamics. The $12 billion transfer is complete. Dad's jaw dropped further. $12 billion was more money than the Anderson family had seen in its entire history. Catherine, Mom called desperately from below. Surely you can delay your meeting for the foundation? Actually, I toggled the helicopter's external speakers. The Anderson Family Foundation is being absorbed into Anderson Technologies' charitable division. We're increasing its endowment to $5 billion. The country club's screens updated again. Anderson Technologies launches world's largest private charitable foundation, Family Foundation, absorbed. But the foundation is our legacy, Dad protested weakly. Was your legacy, I corrected. Like that VP position Amanda's so proud of. My phone lit up. Anderson Technologies acquires Summit Investment Group. All executives to be replaced. Summit. Amanda's voice cracked. But that's my firm. Your former firm, I said, watching her process the fact that her little bus-riding sister now owned her company. Though you're welcome to interview for a position in our tech division. The helicopter's displays showed Anderson Technologies' complete holdings. Quantum computing, AI, aerospace, biotech, entire industries under my control. Ms. Anderson, my assistant interrupted, the White House is confirming your advisory appointment. And the Mars Colony project needs approval on the billion-dollar expansion. Mom's knees actually buckled. Mars Colony? Just one of our smaller initiatives, I explained, watching global market indicators tick upward. Like the quantum internet we're launching next month. The board members waited patiently on screen while my family grappled with their new reality. The daughter they'd pitted was now the most powerful CEO in history. The bus stop comments, my assistant murmured, seem rather ironic now. Especially, I agreed, since I own the transit authority. And the country club. And most of this city. Amanda's phone buzzed with the news about Summit's acquisition. Her coveted VP title now meant nothing. Her little sister owned the entire company. Catherine, Dad tried again, we never meant to. To dismiss my potential? I finished. To measure success by cars and country clubs. The helicopter's screens displayed another alert. Anderson Technologies' market cap exceeds $80 billion. Catherine Anderson named most influential person in tech. Now then, I addressed the board. Shall we discuss the future of global technology? Some of us have more important things to do than attend galas. 1 month after the helicopter revelation, the Anderson family dynamics had shifted seismically. The country club hosted another gathering, but this time my family wasn't organizing it. They were merely guests at Anderson Technologies' Global Innovation Summit. Market cap now exceeding $100 billion, my assistant reported as we watched from the penthouse suite I'd added to the club. The quantum computing division alone is worth more than the entire country club membership's combined net worth. Amanda sat quietly in her new role, Junior Innovation Analyst at Anderson Technologies. Her designer clothes and Mercedes had been replaced by practical business wear and a company Tesla. The NASA partnership, she mentioned, trying to sound casual, is trending worldwide. Along with our Mars colony updates, I nodded, watching the holographic display of our space operations. Though that's just the public project. Mom adjusted her pearls nervously as tech titans and world leaders mingled below. Her foundation's annual gala seemed like a child's tea party in comparison. Ms. Anderson, my assistant interrupted, the UN Security Council needs your input on the Quantum Defense Network. And Jeff Bezos is requesting another meeting. Dad nearly choked on his drink. Security Council? Standard Thursday, I said, watching my net worth tick up another billion. Though the G7 summit tomorrow is more interesting. The club's screens displayed breaking news. Anderson Technologies revolutionizes global defense. CEO Catherine Anderson becomes most powerful person in tech. Remember the bus stop comments? I asked Amanda gently. She nodded, watching her former investment firm colleagues now desperately seeking meetings with her sister. I was so focused on appearances. While I was focused on changing reality, I completed. Sometimes the quietest person in the room is the most powerful. My phone buzzed with another alert. Time Magazine Special Edition. How Catherine Anderson Reshaped Global Technology from a Home Office. Your little office, Mom said quietly, remembering her dismissive comments. Controls more computing power than every bank in the world combined, I confirmed, pulling up our global infrastructure map. Some offices are bigger than they appear. The helicopter pad I'd added to the country club hummed with activity as more tech leaders arrived. The Anderson family name now meant something very different than it had a month ago. Ms. Anderson, my assistant appeared again. The Chinese president is confirming tomorrow's quantum treaty signing. And SpaceX wants to discuss the Mars colony expansion. Dad's hands shook as he set down his glass. The president of China. We'll have to wait, I smiled. I have a quantum internet to launch first. The screens updated with more breaking news. Anderson Technologies' AI division achieves sentience, global tech revolution imminent. Your career choices, Dad had once lectured at this very club, need to reflect proper ambition. Now he watched silently as his bus-riding daughter reshaped global technology from a building she owned. About the foundation, Mom began hesitantly. Is now the world's largest charitable organization, I nodded. Amazing what proper funding can do. My phone displayed another notification. Forbes, Catherine Anderson's quiet rise to global power. How a home office became tech's command center. The next time you see someone at a bus stop, I said, watching my family's reflection in the smart glass windows, remember, they might own the bus company. And the street. And the city. The sun set over my expanded tech empire, casting shadows across the country club where my family had once judged my choices. Below, global leaders waited for an audience with the woman who had once been dismissed for taking public transport.